And good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the Squad Builder event. Um, you might say I've enjoyed it a little bit. It's a very, very refreshing change of pace. We're back on the PC again, so you can hear me click and all that, but I've got work I'm going to be doing at some point in time, so I figured I'd go ahead and load up the PC version. There may be times during this one where, oof, my camera's doing funky things to my shirt. Sorry about that. There may be times where I'm off camera and off the microphone. During this one, it's possible I may get interrupted with work. Work is the number one priority. This is number 2, since it is just a game and does not pay my bills yet. So, with that, I hope everybody's having fun with it. I hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot this morning. I talked a lot yesterday. We streamed this for about 5 to 6 hours yesterday. We'll do this for a couple hours this morning. Be back this afternoon. Probably do a battleground stream because the milestones will reset. The 48-hour event will reset, and I need to get that done. And then we'll be back again tonight with something. At any point in time, if you want to change what I'm doing, if you want to control the stream, if you want to do all that, all you have to do is become the boss. Very simple. New subs take my health down. New memberships take the health down. Super chats take the health down. All those kind of fun things that you typically would do in a chat anyway will take the health down. When you become the boss, you control the stream. You control what I do. Even if you want me to play a different game, as long as I own it or it's not too expensive, you control it. So, all right. That said, let's jump big screen and let's get into it. So, the plan for today is, you can see, where do I want to go? Let's go here. Let's go inventory. Let's go health and energy. I don't have, I used about half my boosts and overflow yesterday. I used about 16. I think I had 32 in overflow yesterday. So I used about 16. I've got some more that I can claim here. And I can, I can easily buy more. You can't really see my units up there. It's hidden, but I've got units that, of course, I could use to buy more. And at some point in time, I probably will. So that's the plan. I've enjoyed this mode. To me, it's nice, relaxing. It's very, very easy. A little bit of gambling, a little bit of everything else. Just kind of fun. Hope everybody else has been enjoying it as much as I have. If not, there's other modes as well. But this is what we're going to do this morning. So sit back, enjoy, and let's see what we start with. Well, we start with a pair. We got Moondragon, we got Jubilee down here. We got a nice little pair. Let us go and swap out 3. And like I said, I'm going to be playing on the PC, so the fights are not going to be the greatest when it comes to the fighting itself. Just, I'm not the greatest using the PC version. My muscle memory is not there yet. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The other thing I got to get used to while streaming is I'm used to having everything down here. Now I got to look different spots when I do it on PC. But, it is kind of nice that they do give us the PC version that we get to play around with. I think it's perfect for this game mode. Oh boy. Do I go for 3, 4, 5, 6? Do we do 2 and risk it? Oh, what the heck. First hand of the day. It's a freebie. More or less. I'm not using energy that I paid for. I'm using energy that accumulated overnight. So we're just going to go and we're going to try it. We're going to try for a little bit of either a run of 4 or a straight. And the other thing, I don't have recoils on currently. So fights are a little slower. Probably not going to turn recoils back on I don't want to keep using the units. I used to swap a lot, but since I've used my units to buy things, during the past couple events, I'm down lower than I like to be. So I probably won't be swapping masteries as much as I used to. Ooh. That's nice. That's a nice hand. Hey, woo, what's going on? There we go. We've got a nice little odd one out. We've got kind of a flush started here. Let's swap one. Yeah, I don't gamble with real money. I might as well gamble with the crap I've got in MCOC. It is that way. And I can't talk as much doing fights here because I've got to use some actual brain power to do the fights. I didn't spend the first day, but it was pretty darn close to the first day. Come on, flame faction that. Nope. Who do we want to use for this guy? I don't really have anybody good. No one real good for this fight. We'll just fight with whoever they put in there. I guess we go with Dragon Man. And let me know if you can hear my mouse clicks. I'm trying to go quieter, but it's kind of hard to go real quiet when my mouse sits under my microphone. It's a good question. I have no idea how they came up with this game mode, but I like it. Hey, AC, up to 44,000 points. This one will put me at like 50, maybe 54. I'm not the highest. I have not gotten any real big hands. Okay, 55. I haven't gotten any real huge scoring hands. A lot of them are like this, about 900 points. Fortunately, I think I've only had 3 lone wolves where I got nothing out of it. Kind of like what you see here at the start. Let's go 2. We're going to try to build a little flush, or whatever it's called in here. What is that? I'd love to get a faction reaction out of it. Doubt I will, but 6, 8, 11 can get close. I've had only 3 out of all the hands I've played. I've only had 3 lone wolves, so I kind of take that as a win. Man, Jesse just hit. He just hit over double what I am. I would say that's pretty darn good. You know what? Scorpion's one of the faster ones in here. I would say that is pretty darn good. And if you got the 2,500, that's pretty darn good as well. Whoops. See, the PC version, I kind of lose track of controls every once in a while. Forget what's what. It does go quicker. It's easier on my eyes and head to play it on my phone, but I like the graphics better on the PC. All right, so we're going to go there and there. We're trying for all the Mr. Fantastic faction. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What's higher, faction or a little straight? What is higher? Is it a run or is the faction? Captain's order is all of them. Fourth echelon is the straight. The odd one out is higher points by 25. So we're going to go swap 2. Yeah, I would love to get a big hand. I've not had any of the top 3. The highest I've had is Kingmaker. Oops. Oops. There we go. Helps if your fingers are on the right keys. Like, hitting the wrong keys ain't going to get me what I want in this game. Not to mention, it's early in the morning for me. All right, give me Mr. Fantastic faction. Well, we're going to go for it again. This may be my lone wolf. This may be the lone wolf hand. But we're going for it. I'm just glad they fixed the lag issues and all that. It didn't take them long to do it. Feels weird dexing some of the specials on the PC. It feels like I need to dex twice versus the single dex. Just doesn't feel like it goes as far back. Okay. Now we either get something here or we get the massive 10 points. There we go. Paid off. Paid off in the end. I have no idea, Mihol. It's going to be a lot. At least the first week. My guess is first week, 21 to 50. There's a lot of people who play this game. I'm probably into 21 to 50% already, at about 55K. Now, your top 10 is probably going to be over, probably close to 500,000 points for week 1. So it's gonna be a big point total, at least for week 1. I think people are gonna overshoot week 1, see where they rank, and kind of make judgments from there. Ah, Mr. Dex. Doesn't really matter, but they're buying it. You can get, 10 energy refills is 300 units. That's 1 round of arena. Just go do the arenas. You can do 10 more rounds of this. The arenas take, the low end arena, the regular, the basic arena takes 45 minutes, maybe. Good gosh, Bama. Yeah, I'm so far behind, it's not even funny. It's crazy. It takes some big hands. If I could get, a certified force, we'd be right there. I guess we go with a pair here at the start. So we swap 3. I would love a certified force. I would love a fantastic. I would love a super suits. All of them would be very, very good. Very nice to have. Ugh, what a hand of champions to use. Let's build some Furies here if we can. He hits pretty hard when he gets some Furies. All right. The problem is pulling pairs and stuff like that. Not bad. Got a little run there. Let's go for the straight. Straights are one of the higher ones I've been getting. I don't know what I was doing there. I thought I was holding heavy. I wasn't. Let's try it again. There we go. That's the heavy key. And good night. I may swap back over to my phone here real quick. Just do this off stream on my PC. Yeah, I think after this round, I'm going to do a real quick swap over to my phone. I think when I stream, as much as I'd love to do it on the PC, I just am very, very clunky trying to play on the PC version. Okay. Give me 1 second here. It will. Oh, well, it's going to kick me out here in a second. Yep. Yep. Kind of didn't do that at the right timing, but that's all right. We can fix that. Give me 1 second here. It'll all be swapped around. There we go. It's kind of a cool looking screen there. I could go with that in the background, but let's get rid of it. All right. Now we're over. Now we can see what we're doing. That's a little bit better for me. We'll see if I broke the game. I've got the little star symbol. There we go. Or the little network symbol down there. Oh, this feels much better to do. Let's see if we can continue. Let's see if it picks up. Hey, it picked up where we left off. And we're going to swap out that Howard the Duck. We're hoping for a ISO champion or the number 8. Let's see if we can get a full straight. We don't. We'll take the 4th echelon. It is points. And we'll use some Kitty Pride. The other cool thing about this is I am using champions I don't typically fight with. It's kind of like here with Kitty. I've forgotten how much fun she can be. You know, those champions that aren't 7 stars nowadays, kind of forget how much fun they can be. And they can be fun. That's not a bad way to start. 900 and then 825. I think there was another hand in there and I don't remember what it was. I think we go once again for try to go for the flush. That's 8, 10, 12. If we somehow can get the 9 and 11 in the Fantastic, that would be a pretty good hand. That would be a Super Suits, and I would love it. So we're going for it. How's everybody else doing? What are your points at? I know since Bama said it, We've seen a high of 230. I've not heard of anybody higher than that. How's everybody else's points looking? Oops, I thought he was going to throw a special there. Now he throws it. I should have known better. I mean, I have him taunted. Why would he throw a special when he's taunted? Give me the 9 and the 11 in the fantastic faction. Say that 10 times fast. Hey, there is the 13. No, we have got at least odd one out. Let's go for the full flush. Let's go for the faction reaction right here. Come on, baby. Daddy could use a new pair of shoes, as they say in Vegas. I don't know if they still say that, but... And I don't think it was ever daddy. I think it was baby. But, you know, you get the picture. You get the point. Gamblers Anonymous here. Best way to gamble is when it's free. Oh, what was I going for? Yeah, we're getting rid of this guy. Give me a Mr. Fantastic faction right here. I'll take those points. Hey, Hines, what's going on? Great timing. You come in when I get a good score. It's been a good morning so far. A good start to the day. No real clunker hands. I think fourth echelon is as low as I've scored, which is 275 points. So, I'll take it. Can we snipe in this mode? Hey, sure. You know, that would be kind of cool. Having a competitive mode version of it, I think would be kind of neat. I don't know how they would do it, but then again, I didn't ever expect to see poker in MCOC either. And playing for this stream is I'll probably go sub 10 energy refills. Then I'll claim all my rewards, get all the energy refills, restock for this evening. Ooh. This is a tough one. Hey, Chaos, what's going on, man? Oh, man. Because the chances of getting any more of the ISO or the aces is rare. What I'm going to do is we're going to go 2. We'll swap out the Spider-Man and the Massacre and see if we get another Thing faction or what we have at that point. And I am not using Man-Thing. He is too slow to fight with. All right, now will you throw a special? You're taunted. There you go. And that's all the poppers did? Man. Little 2-star piggy don't have much in the way of popper power. Whew. All right. Now what we're looking for is either more Thing faction or... you know, a straight wouldn't be bad. Hey, AB. Lots of things that we could use there. Okay. I think we do 2 again. I think we go for the flush. Yeah. Like I said, we're going to take a few more risks. Jeez. I do know how to speak. We're going to take a few more risks this morning. Maybe I just need to slow down. It is early in the morning. My energy drink has not kicked in. I'm not caffeinated completely yet. Ugh. Haven't had enough water either. And this plane without recoils is a little too slow. Oops. I forgot her heavy, or her special one there for a minute. All right. Make or break time. We are going for Thing Faction. Come on, one more of them. One more of them. At least give me 275 points. Okay. You're probably the quickest. Where's the evade? There it is. I knew it was coming sooner or later. I like it. I wish he was more like Quicksilver, where that evade was on that first hit. Okay, we need a Thing Faction. And if I had kept the other, I would have had 9, 10, 11, 12. Or I would have had 11, 12, 13, ace. Would have had the straight. Didn't. And we got squat. Oh no, we got double trouble. Okay, I could have three. Yeah, I could have had triple threat if I would have held on to the other echelon one I had. Is what it is. At least I got some points out of it. More than 30. And that's all that matters. Only 6% there on that. That medium did more. All right. Oh, I had 2 pair. I'll take it. That was a lucky draw in the last round there. I didn't even realize it. Very, very nice. I will gladly take that. Let's do another hand. We got double trouble off the start. Let's go for the full house. Let's go for the Kingmaker. Right? Yeah, Kingmaker. It's pretty bad when I'm learning the names of these hands. Would I rather play... I would rather play this than Arenas. I still think Battlegrounds is my favorite mode. This is just nice and relaxing. Not as much chance to tilt in this. I will be doing Battlegrounds kind of in an afternoon stream today. I've got a staff meeting at 1 o'clock my time. It'll get over about 2. The 48-hour events will reset, and then I don't have any other meetings. Yeah, don't have any other meetings that I need to be in. So I'll probably do some Battlegrounds at that point. So, this is it is such a nice change of pace. I put in the CCP chat this morning. I would love them to replace Arenas with this, or some variety of this. You're still doing fights, even with the entry cost. If you put the milestone, the units in the milestones for this, and you just, whoops, I can get hit by a walk-up light in this mode just as much as I can in any other mode. That to me would be awesome. You put the units in the milestones for this, and even with the entry cost, I would do it every single week. It just seems, it's like Arena, but there's a little game mode in between it, in between the fights. So it's refreshing. It gives you something to kind of work for. You get a good hand, you get more points for your milestones. So to me, Yeah, give me this. The downside to this is you do end up with some champs that you got to use in the fights that aren't very, very great. And of course, he gets enough charges that he's going to go immortal. Oh no! Thank you, Assassin's Mastery. All right, give me a 2 or a 3. There we go. That's a good hand right there. That is my highest I've gotten. I've gotten it a couple times, but that is the highest I've gotten. That's a nice hand to have. I will take a Kingmaker, and I will take those 2,400, 2,500 points, whatever it is when it's tripled. 2,500 points. I will take it gladly. Oh, nice way to start, too. Nice way to start. Let's see if we can get the full straight. You know what? Let's practice our Ghost gameplay. Ghost without recoil. So much fun. Oh. Oops. That was not a medium. That was a special. There we go. All right, energy drink done. Water time. Come on. Give me an ace or a 9. You know what? We'll replace the 10 in... We'll replace Hood. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe we get lucky. Super Suits is on the table. Hey, show, what's going on? Super Suits is on the table. The only cool thing about Emma Frost is her heavy does not give a lot of power. That's the only cool thing I can think of about her. And she's got some immunities, but it's a pain to manage those immunities. All right, we're getting rid of Hood. If somehow we can get the 9 or the ace in the Fantastic faction, we may go for the straight flush. Of course we get... All right, we're going to go 1 here. We're not getting a straight flush. Not today, boys and girls. That's not in the cards. You know what? Let's do it, and let's do it with ruptures. Other thing I got to do sometime today is I got to make some more videos. This mode has gotten in the way of war video making. Gosh, Scorpion is so good. That I would love a 7-star Scorpion. Well, we ended up with odd one out. We almost got the straight flush. Look at that. 10, 11, 12, 13 of the Mr. Fantastic faction. One card away from Super Suits. I think of the 6 stars that are not 7 stars currently, Scorpion may be top of the list as far as who I want. He may have the best power sting effect in the game. The fact that that his stings, quote unquote, don't disappear after somebody throws a special. Those poisons or whatever mode you stick on them. Wow. Okay. Great start. Let's get rid of one. Decent hands today. Not the greatest, but decent. See, like Piggy here is good. His power stings are powerful, but if they don't reapply, he loses them after they throw a special. Scorpion, that effect stays on there until they expire. See, like there, I only got one popper that repopped. You know, individually the stings are more, but overall I think Scorpion is much more flexible. Even than Spider-Woman. You know, Spider-Womans are great, easy to apply, about 10 of them, but they disappear after somebody throws a special. So, you know, Scorpion may be the best of the power stingers, in my opinion. If he was a 7, I don't know why he's not a 7-star yet, all things considered. I know he's powerful. And then you stack on the fact that you can throw a special too and you can heal. That would be, as a 7-star, very, very, very nice. And then you've got the rupture, you can do shocks, you have the immunities you can swap. Let's drop Serper and see if we get. Jeez. No luck there. Hey, Curd, what's going on? Yeah, I really do think that would be the best. That would be one that I would go for. That would be one, if they put it in a mode like this, I think even more so than High Evolutionary, who a lot of people are going for because, you know, the whales are going to go for him because he is the highest prestige in the game. He's your new prestige champ, I think. You put Scorpion in there, boy, I'd be all over this mode. All day, every day. All right. Give me a 2. Give me a 7. That's a 10. You don't know how to count. Alrighty, chat, for you guys, since I've just given mine, who is the 6-star champion that is not a 7-star that you would love to have? Wow. Nothing like starting with 3 aces right there. Nice little triple threat on the pull. So, like I said, my champ that is currently a 6-star, not available as a 7-star that I would love to have, is Scorpion. What about you guys? Hulkling would make a very good 7-star, and we had the nice little rumors of him back in the last event. Kate, another very good one. Do I hear a Doom? Anybody want Doom? Hulkling, Kate, Scorpion, 3 bangers right there. How about Green Goblin? Anybody want Green Goblin as a 7-star? Any big Green Goblin fans out there? And his wonderful healing ability.
Oh my God! What a masterpiece!
There you go. There you go. That is my first fantastic. And I think that is pretty fantastic. That's a W. That is definitely, that is best hand I've had. And let's melt Professor X here. All right, there we go. Big points, about daggone time. Matter of fact, hold on one second. Here, we're going to do something here real quick. Let me... Actually, I can just do it here. Okay. That's nice. That gets me up to right at 70,000 points. And then the next hand, we start with nothing. Let's go with Flame Faction. We got the 5 and the 8. Maybe we can get the 6, 7, and then the 4 and 9 of Flame. So we're going to do 3. And there's the title for the Fantastic. I would take that in Vegas. I would take that here. I lost track of my count and only did 4 hits. I'm on the high from the Fantastic. Probably dumb to do this, but we're doing 3 again. We get to fight Ironheart. I had a good Ironheart war. Speaking of war, I need to do war on the mini account. Probably do that during lunch. To put Kurt at ease, let him know that I am going to work on the mini. I also need to play this game mode on the mini. At least to get the milestones. Oops. Missed the dex. That was a long fight. Do we feel like Sue Storm or do we feel like Flame? We're in bad shape. We're in bad shape here, boys and girls. We're going to go for Flame. I feel like I've got to pull at least one. It's not going to get me any points, but this one may be the lone wolf. This may be the fourth lone wolf, unless we get lucky. You know, I've not pulled a pair. I've not pulled any more flame. So, how did that hit me? I could have sworn I parried that. Okay, we're sticking with the 5 and the 8. Probably dumb. I probably should keep the 8, 9, 10, but let's go, baby.
BPAP.
All worked out. All worked out. All worked out nice and pretty. Nice. Not the greatest hand in the world, but 900 points. I'll take it. We're gonna put our fortunes on Sue Storm. This hand. Miss Storm has my fortune in her hands. She's not let me down yet. Putting our fortunes in Jessica Alba's hands. Still my favorite of the actresses that have played Sue Storm. She did not pay off for me. We're going to try round 2. We're going to try to see if she pays off for me in round 2. Man, what a bunch of champions to have to fight with. What a bunch of champions to have to use to fight with. I mean, look at those big hits. 53 damage. You know, it's pretty bad. I'd hit for 53 on a medium and then hit into block for 31. Yes, we're getting rid of the deadly duo. We're hoping we get lucky. Okay, we got one more. I need to turn recoils back on. This is just so slow. Claire would be another very, very good 7-star to get, you know, for my 6-star. Give me something here. Come on. Baby. Baby. That was close. That was close. That was a close one. Sue Storm didn't leave me down, though. Are you going to play that passive? There you go. You can hit into me. You can hit it. You can come in. There you go. You threw 2 in a row without me having to do too much. Okay, now we just go. You're taunted. Of course you don't throw a special. Why would you throw a special? Nice little lag there. All right. Let's get another big hand. Let's get a fantastic. Let's get a super suits. Let's get something. That's not it. That's not it. We're gonna go 2 though. Yeah, I'm very good at finishing one away from things. But that's okay. As long as it's more than 10 points, I'm happy. You know, I may not ever get the super straights. I may not ever get the certified force, you know, the straight flush or the royal flush, but that's okay. I have gotten fantastic, which is nice. I've gotten it once. Here we're building for the flush again. Okay, we've got it. We've got the odd one out. Let's go 1. Let's just try for the flush. Let's try for the faction reaction. 800 points ain't bad. Right now with the odd one out, it's 300 points. Not the worst. So... All right, here we're going to drop Spidey Man Supreme. There we go. Nice little faction reaction. We're done there. I could probably, really, if I wanted to, try and risk it and go for the certified force. We had the 10, we had the 13, we had the 10, the king, and the ace. Just needed the jack and the queen. That's all. You know, not much. Just the jack and the queen of the same suit. You know, when you have a guaranteed 800 points, you just kind of go. If I was 1 card away, maybe we would risk it. Needing to get both. Don't think I'll risk it with needing both. We'll take the 800 points and we'll call it a win. Because that converts to 2,400 more points. And now we're on the verge of 75K. I would have to get like the 11, 12, 13, and the ace on the draw to kind of go for the straight flush. Do I go the pair? Do I go to build off the pair this time and try for a fantastic? I think we'll do that. We'll give it one try for the pair. See if we can get a trip or if we can get fantastic. Just so hard to get three of a kind. The odds of getting odd one out much better than three of a kind, which is why the points are different. Because there's only 2 fours. There's a lot more flames in a deck. Okay, there's double trouble. Let's go for the Kingmaker. Let's go for a Kingmaker. And I just realized something's not working right here on the stream. Let's go take a look at something. Well, one of my chats is working. The other ones aren't. Cloudbot. Timers. Yeah, they're on. Interesting. Okay. All right, give me a 4 or a 10 right here. That's an 8. That's not it. Let's go 1 again. I hate fighting Herc. I guess we'll just go this way. This is one champion I wish they wouldn't have put in there. His immortality is just such a pain in the butt when you're trying to do things fairly quick. And when he wants to be a prick and not come into you, there we go. And I'm not going to get to a special 3 to knock him out of immortality early. Oh, the special 2 did not make contact. The spacing was just a little off. All right. Now, 4 or 10. 4 or 10. Give me something higher than double trouble. 4 or 10. 4 or 10. We'll take double trouble. Two pair ain't bad. So kind of lucky again on this hand. 975 points officially puts us over. Officially puts us over 75,000 points. Which we're not even quite through with day 1 yet. I'll take it. It's more points than I figured it was going to take. Really did not think people would be playing it as much as they are. Oh, you know what? They're up there. Let's go for it. Let's go for the aces again. The only way you get a fantastic is if you go for it. Or a super suits or a certified force. The only way you get those is if you take some risks. I am not completely risk averse, but I do like some guaranteed stuff too. I've got a guarantee of 150 points. Not the greatest. Got super suits twice. Man, boot them out. Boot them out, ban them from the game. It's not fair. Yeah, he's getting kicked out for it. Don't blame me there at all. I might kick him before raids is over. We may suffer with a deadly duo. I said I was going for it. Only way to go for it is to go for it. I was thinking about possibly going for odd one out there, but no guarantee of that. We're going to go with the guaranteed points. We'll go for the guaranteed points. 50 is better than is better than 10. Maybe we get something lucky here on the draw. It wouldn't be bad to get another pair. Wouldn't be bad to get a third ace. We got nothing, so we go with deadly duo. Oh well. We tried, at least. That's what we can say, is we did try. Oh, shoot, this guy's bleed immune. Should have gone with Mr. Fantastic. Don't know who told me to use Nick Fury. How'd that hit me? Maybe if I let him kill me off, it would be better. Nice 5 hits into my block. Boy, this is a slow fight. There we go. Let him kill me off. Bad hand, bad fight, bad round. All in all. All right, one more energy refill. There's double trouble. Now all we need is a 9 or a 12. We've been here before. We have been here before. I would love another Kingmaker today. Let's give me a 9 or a 12. Give me a 9 or a 12. Close. An 8. Not close enough, though. Close only counts in hand grenades, horseshoes, and nuclear war. All right, 2 more chances here. Give me a 9 or a 12. That's a 3. That's not it. Get to fight Hercules again. Yay me. Yay team. Always fun. You know what? We'll go domino. Maybe we can crit fail the immortality. Every once in a while you get lucky with Domino. She crit failed the immortality. Bye-bye, Domino. Give me a 9 or a 12. Let's continue that luck. I thought for a second that was it. I really thought that was going to be it. It was going over to the right. Who do we go with here? You know what? Let's. I haven't fought with Deadpool in a while. Let's put some bleeds on them. Alright, not the greatest. Give me a better hand this time around. I said better. Do we go for the flush or do we go for the straight? Odd one out is more points than 4th echelon. Faction reaction is more points than captain's order. So I say we go for the flush. Or we could go for the straight flush and get rid of the 2, 6, and 10. We got the 4, 5. You don't get a straight flush unless you go for it. How many refills have I spent so far? About 21. I believe I was at either 31 or 32 refills in overflow, and I'm down to 10 in overflow now. Probably dumb, but whoever said I was smart? There's double trouble. Now we go for the full house. It is. You know, we're going to see after week 1 where I stand. If I don't have a shot at top 200, I'm not going to spend as many in weeks 2 and 3. But we'll give it a good effort in week 1. I'd like to put up, I think my goal right now is about between 250 and 300,000 points for week 1. Yeah, you know, you just have to finish up high. That's the main thing. You just have to finish high. Yeah, that's the thing, PWF. There's really no way of gauging. I'm going to gauge week one. If I put 250,000 up and I'm not in the top 200, I'm not going hard. I can't imagine. You know, I know there's whales out there. I know people like Usafa and a bunch of the others are probably going a lot harder at this than I can possibly even fathom. I'm not going to use a bunch of units. I have a limit of about 1,000 units on this event. And if I can't do it with that, then, whoops, wrong one. Almost screwed myself over there. Yeah, it's going to be kind of silly. But even at that, I think, I don't know. Like I said, my goal is about 250, between 250 and 300,000. I mean, that should be at least top 1% of everybody that plays the game. I don't know if it'll be top 200. And then with that, I think top 1% 3 times in a row, maybe top 200. Unless you have people that are willing to spend like this all 3 weeks. All right, we've dipped below 10 refills in overflow. What was that? About 78,000, give or take, for my points. And then in there, you know, I've still got to do my arenas. I've still got to do battlegrounds, Alliance Quest, Alliance War. There's a lot to do. We're giving up the sure points. Yeah, luckily it's just raid, so it doesn't take a whole lot of time. I was really planning on going top 200 until I saw some of the scores that people had, and it's kind of demoralizing. Bama said he knows somebody that's about 240,000 points already. I guess we go deadly duos. Hey, no problem, Bihan. Have a good night. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for joining in. So yeah, at 240,000, that just kind of takes the wind out of my sails. I still think at 35,000 points, you're top 1%. There's a lot of people. Wow, that didn't kill. There's a lot of people that play this game. That was a bad hand. I probably screwed up the play on it, but oops. I was thinking she was going to let me walk forward there a little bit. I should have known. It's Tigra. She let me walk forward there just enough. Yeah, you know, that top 1%, I always underestimate the number of people that play the game. Which makes it hard to kind of predict some of these. We're going for the flush again. I'm not getting a triple threat. I got it once. I should count my lucky stars that I pulled a fantastic this morning. Probably not going to kill him. Without recoils on, doesn't hit, that does kill him. Doesn't have quite the hit. There we go. Better than nothing. Odd one out, I will take. We'll do one. We're close to a straight flush. If I get another one, we may give up the faction reaction to go for the straight flush. I wish Wiccan had some actual health to him. He'd be a great champ if he had a health pool. Now, if we get the 9 of Flames, if we get the... Yeah, that's what it would be. I would need the 9 of the Flame faction to go one more round. Even with the faction reaction at 800 points, I would give up some of those points to try and go for super suits. But this needs to be the 9 of Flame. And it's not. I am not... Oh, what the heck. I was going to say I'm not using Strife. We're going to use Strife. What a crappy champion. Yes, I know you can build him up and he turns into a decent champion, but even then, in my opinion, he's a crappy champion. That was nice of you. You throw your special the second I let go of my heavy. I will take a nice faction reaction. That's the nice 2,400 points. That's what we like to see. And we'll fight with Jubilee. Ow. That wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, I know you shrug things off quick, but you shrug that off into a heavy with record speed. Especially for a big old fat man. All right. Much better hand. If they could all be like that. All right, that hits the 80,000 point mark. About 1/3 of the way to where I want to be. Ugh. Okay, let's go for a flush again. Let's go Gamora. I think I'll use one more energy refill for this stream. Then go work on some more videos. And then be back this afternoon with Battlegrounds, and tonight probably more of this. All right, there's odd one out. I will take 300 points. That to me feels like a win. The thing about it now is in Battlegrounds, I'm going to have to use Elder's Marks for a little while, which is fine. I've got to use some up before the season's out. Hey, just don't evade. Don't evade. Or you know what? Just back up. Let's go get rid of Hulkling, my only big hitter out of the group. All right, one again. We'll drop Kitty Pryde. After we use, you know what, Rintra for this guy. We can neutralize the immortality. Hulkling's not the fastest fighter, but for this guy, one of the faster ones in there. Because you just don't have to worry about the immortality at the end of it. That pause between the first hit of that special and the next one always worries me. For some reason, I always think the AI is going to recover before you can do anything else. All right, give me a fantastic... Nope. Nope, nope, nope. You know what? Let's go here. That was not what I did. Yeah, that's next month. I got a fantastic Viv. Is that a sign? Yeah, next month. You know, I'm not real excited about. The only one of those that's coming as a 7-star that I'm interested in is Voodoo. Unless these tune-ups are really, really good. The only one I'm interested in is Voodoo. Viv Vision never appealed to me. The timing on her little game that you play with her specials, just not that great, at least in my book. You know, Dazzler, much better. The rhythm feels much better on that. Yeah, Viv coming as a 7-star, not ideal. Now I think Elektra here, she's got the cool little, coming as, you know, if she would come as a 7-star with a tune up to her damage, she's got some neat little utility, at least on the defensive side. You know, when you're suffering from a debuff, your ability accuracy drops dramatically. I really think that would be kind of cool to have her as a 7-star with a tune-up to her damage. That would be one that would be moderately exciting. Probably leaning Cull. Get rid of that. You know, I guess he would be good for Zola. But yeah. I can never get excited about him because he's another one kind of like Wiccan. Nice champion, but so squishy. And for a guy that big to be that squishy just feels wrong. Ugh, good Lord. I'm in trouble here. You know, that's the thing about Cull. Cull should be able to take a hit. Cull is a big dude. Carries a big shield. Oh, give me a torch faction. Got nothing. A whopping 30 points. Actually, is he shock immune? I can't remember his immunities. That's incinerate. Good. Yeah, 30 points, 30 energy. That is fantastic. Feels bad, but all right. You know, we're allowed a few of those. I think that's only my 4th one overall. Let's go 2. I just think that's my 4th one overall. Which I'll take. That's not bad. Considering the number of hands I've played, only to have 4 of those isn't too bad. I would, you know, if you were playing poker in Vegas, you'd have a lot more than just 4 hands where you had nothing. Okay, there we go. Odd one out is in. Let's go for the flush. All right. Next one should put me in pure light form. Let's go for the full flush. Let's get rid of that one little pair that we've got down there. Give me a storm faction. Come on, Sue. Hercules again. Yeah, we'll do little Spidey Supreme here. We'll do a little Spidey action. Another glass cannon of a champion. Really? You're gonna play that passive, huh? Even when in mortality, you're not going to come after me? Holy crud. What a passive AI that was. He knew what I wanted. And he wasn't giving it to me. Got force certified force after so many... You know, to get it at all... Congrats. That's not an easy one to get. I've not gotten super suits or certified force yet. I would love that 30,000 points from getting that one. Oops. Nice light intercept there by the AI. Hey man, that's worth celebrating. That is worth celebrating. All right. Where am I at on energy? I will go one more hand. Just one more. Okay. How many energy refills are you in deep there? Wash your hands. Give me some hope. We may end up with another. I'm going for something here. Well, then you are about right where I'm at. We've used about the same amount, and I guarantee you your score is now much higher than mine because of that. Trying to decide what I want to do here with these two. I can get rid of the 7, 8, or I can get rid of the 11 and 13. One I'm looking for a 12, the other I'm looking for a 9. We'll go with what we had originally. Probably going to pull a 9 here. All right, well, there's Deadly Duo. Let's just go 1. We may end on a Deadly Duo. kept trying to flip up my tactics. It felt like the game was taunting you. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I mean, you got to take some risks, but it's like here, I'm being a little bit risk averse. Maybe I pull a 12 here, maybe not. Maybe we pull a 10, 11, or a 12 would be nice. We got a 7, we get the deadly duo. So yeah, that's just the way it goes. You try sometimes, and sometimes it just don't work. And that's a bunch of bull for what I've got to fight with. All right. Hey, Mike Hill. Howdy, sir. You joined in just in time. That's where we're going to end this one. Let's see. Point-wise, I wish they would show the points on that screen. Point-wise, we are at 82,000 points. That's going to do it for me for right now, though. Got some work to do. I'll be back about 2 o'clock. Let's say 2:30, just in case my staff meeting runs long. I'll be back about 2:30 Eastern time for some Battlegrounds. The 48-hour event will be back up and going. I am currently sitting in, I think, C6, unless nope, M1 should be pretty close to C6 at this point. Yeah, I'm like a win away from C6, so we did drop overnight. The scores did creep up, so nice to see Pepe up there on the leaderboard. You know, we will do at least the 3 wins. I don't know how long that'll take, but we'll do at least the 3 wins later on this afternoon. So let's see who is currently streaming that we can go jump in and raid. Jay Will is streaming. I see Barrow is doing some Battlegrounds. MSD is doing Squad Builder as well. But you know what? Jay Will is a very big supporter of my channel. So we're going to return the favor. There we go. If you go see Jay Will, drop a Safe Aussies Poker raid into his chat. Until later on this afternoon, I hope everybody has a great Thursday, and take care all.
But since he's going to do that, we're not going to go for a trap. Besides, he has Gallon anyway. It's not going to work very well. All right, we're definitely going to grab our Faux Tizzy. And